What's going on, guys? So today's video, there's some big things I want to share with you guys. Not just about this particular team and counter to Darth Revan's, Darth Malak's, and even the GS's. This can actually also counter pretty much any other team in the game, but we're really going to be focusing just on those two, the Malak's and the GS's, in the mirror match rather. And this is a team right here you can see on the board. It is our own GS, but this is a 6-star version. This also works at 5-star, Gear 11. You really need the Gear 11 here. And then you need relics on your clones as well. We'll get into all this stuff in a little bit, but I really want to say this before we get into that, is we do have that giveaway. We still have it going on. The giveaway, I have planned for it. The video for the giveaway will be on the 14th, so in a week from today. Today's the 7th. So, guys, if you really want to enter the giveaway, you need to do a couple things. First and foremost, you need to be a sub of the channel. And second off, you need to comment on that video on the 14th. The 14th is the day of the giveaway for the video. So if you want to be entered into the giveaway, you need to sub to the channel, and you need to comment down in that video. It might just be a typical video, but that is the day of the video for the giveaway. And I'll probably stream who gets it, the day after or so. But that is going to be the day of the giveaway, so I'll keep you guys updated every day until then rather, and let you guys know that it's still happening, and just to remind you guys, I guess, in a way. But there is only one thing I ask of you guys, is if you already have the Hyperdrive bundle, please don't enter the giveaway. It's going to be really hard for me to, if you guys did happen to already have it, it's going to be really awkward and really hard for me to figure out a different way to go about that. So I really only hope for you guys that don't have it to enter the giveaway. So that's about it. The giveaway is yet again on the 14th, which is in a week from today. Just got to be subbed to the channel, and you got to just type in the comment section below in that video on the 14th. Thank you guys, and let's go on with the video. Alright, so this is the video we're going to go over for today, guys. GS, Gear 11 GS, this guy can pretty much beat every team in the game. Plain and simple, you just can. And what I want to go over here for you guys today is what I feel like is some of the required things you really need for this team to work. I did a video a little bit ago, a couple days ago, about just General Skywalker and what you need for him to be the bare minimum, and what you pretty much need to him to be functional. But we're going to spread this video out. It's going to be probably a little bit of a lengthy video. We're going to spread this out to everybody here in the team. So you got here GS leadership for this team. You got Rex, you got Echo, you got Fives, Ahsoka, and also we're going to show you one with ARC Trooper, because he is a newer guy into the 501st for the faction and this team. He's a great add and an addition to the team. And there's some teams you don't need Ahsoka and you need him, and there's some teams where I feel like you need him over Ahsoka. It's a kind of flip-flop there. So let's just kind of get into it for the Zeta Order here. And what I would say for GS, you really only need, in most counters, if we're chatting just about in today's video, the only ones you really need versus Malak's, and even really possibly the other mirror match versus, Relic 7 GS's, you need Hero with No Fear. We've already been over this. And you would need the Chosen One. You don't need a leadership here for the extra offense you're going to be getting, and for the basic, you don't really need this either at all. So with that being said, the leadership is kind of required, I would say, versus Padme teams with all the extra buffs. But outside of the Padme team, I think you don't need it at all. So that's for GS for the Zetas. Over here on Rex, he does have a unique on the Zeta, or a Zeta unique rather, which does reduce the other 501st cooldowns. This I don't feel like is needed in the Malak counter, but I can see this being kind of useful in the other counters that we're going to go over for today. I actually find this to be kind of useful in some aspects of the Malak, but I wouldn't say this is a required Zeta. I would say, if anything, you take the required ones, it's going to be right underneath that. So call it a luxury Zeta, if you will. It's not really required. It can be nice for like a raid potential stuff, like over there and that kind of aspects of the game, but for like the arena, I don't feel like it's that necessary. But I do think it's a great Zeta. Okay, now to Fives. This guy is probably the most important guy into your squad in both of these counters we're going to show you for today. you need, I would say, both of these Zetas. I feel like both of these Zetas are quite essential to this team. First and foremost is the Tactical Awareness Zeta on his second unique, and pretty much what this means is whenever another 501st gets defeated, well, guess what? He is defeated instead, and that's his sacrifice, and it triggers so that then all 501st Clone Trooper allies gain his max HP, max protection, speed, and offense stats for the rest of the battle. And this is really where it's going to shine in most of these battles and in how we counter the teams. So this is probably, outside of the GS ones for the 2 uniques you need there, this is the other one you would really need to have. This one, in some of these, yeah, it's very, very important. In some others, it's not as important. But for the ones today I want to go over for the Malak and GS ones, I would say this is very, very important. You get a lot more TM. You get 15% TM whenever the Clone Trooper ally or 501st ally takes damage. This is very important for him to keep cycling his turns, and with how we mod him for today, we'll go over the modding in a little bit. You need to have him have the Zeta, I would say, just so he gets more turns off. And with his other unique here, he has, or actually it's in Domino Squad rather, he has more offense when he is not taunting, so he is going to double tap if they have speed down, or his special here, he's going to do a lot of damage. So you really want him to get as much turns as possible here. So that's for 5s. And coming over to the last, well, not the last, but Echo, the other 501st guy here. This one is another luxury Zeta. I just find this to just kind of destroy and just get rid of the RNG factor into most of these ones. Because, you know, there's that little small percent chance that they can dodge. Excuse me. And pretty much what this actually has in store for you, what the Zeta gives you, it deals 20% more, or 20% of their max damage whenever they do evade. So like Foresight here, you do like an Echo Grenade, it's going to hit everybody with Foresight, and they're going to deal 20% damage to them because they dodged. It's a good Zeta. I still like the Zeta, but it's not really necessary in many of these. So it's a solid one, but is it necessary? No, it's not really. So no, going on to Ahsoka here. I do find this one to be kind of necessary in most of these ones. But for the most part, I think if you already have GS, you have the clones, and you have Ahsoka here, you're most likely going to have her with the Zeta. Because not only is she going to be great in this team, but she's going to be great in the Padme teams as well. I think the Zeta is very solid Zeta. And I think it's very required as well. So that's Ahsoka. And I don't have it pulled up here, but ARC Trooper is also one we're going to be using today. This Zeta I don't have on my team, and I don't really feel like it's that crucial. This is a very, in my opinion, it's a very luxury Zeta. If anything, I feel like this Zeta is great for defense and to try to stop those other teams that are countering you, like the Padmes and even CLS. So yeah, I don't feel like this guy is an essential Zeta, but he is a great addition to the team. So with that being said, now let's go over to the modding of this team. Okay, so there is, when it comes to your speeds here, we'll go over to the other sets I feel like that are really important here for the other guys, but there's 2 people here that you need to have their speeds, you know, set in stone, and you have to time it right. This is extremely similar to the Shaak Ti nuke team with Anakin and with all those clones and Shaak Ti, and making sure that Shaak Ti actually goes last. This is pretty much the exact same thing as that, but with General Skywalker instead. So, if you guys didn't know this, on Rex's unique, he does give out a lot more speed, 4% speed for each 501st. In this team, you're going to have 5 501st, so 5 times 4 is 20. So you're going to have really 20% here. So you gotta keep in mind that. And when you're chatting about having a fast Rex, you are going to almost always use this ability here with the extra TM gain. And that's how your team gets going first, right? So with this, what we're trying to do here is try to make sure our General Skywalker goes very, very last in the turn order so that he can do his big hits very last and to kind of get the finishing kill on them and to make it a lot easier on yourself. And kind of to stop the RNG factor, you really need this to be there for your battles to make them not be sloppy and to make them very easy for yourself. So there is 2 people you got to look out for. It's Rex's speed and General Skywalker's speed here. So first and foremost is Rex. By no means is my Rex fast at all. You can definitely bump this up. This is just a really good number to kind of outspeed most Darth Revans in my shard. So what you want to do here, guys, is do 286, which is my speed here, times it by 1.2, and that's going to be 343 speed. And now you take that number, you times it by 0.7. We're timesing it by 0.7 here because with his form up, you're gonna have where is it? You're gonna, okay, I gotta, this is the complicated part. So clone troopers gain 60%, but for General Skywalker, he's not a clone trooper, right? And it says here that other allies gain half of that. So half of 60 is 30%. So when you're getting 30%, you want to factor in the 70% he's not going to be getting. So with that being said, you want to take that number that we just times, his speed times 1.2, and then we did the times 0.7 for the other percent we're not going to be getting from the TM boost, and that's going to be 240. But that is actually incorporating the percent speed from his unique. That's not the speed you really want for your General Skywalker. So now you come over to General Skywalker, and you got to take whatever this number is, and you got the 240 that really is the additional percent speed bonus we're going to get there, and you really want to take and kind of, you know, figure it out yourself. But what works for me the best is just doing 200 flat speed, and that really would put me, if I times 1.2, and that's going to put me right on the dot for 240. And a nice thing, if you guys do want to do this, makes it just a little bit easier on yourself. You just take that number right there and you subtract it by a couple more, just so that you ensure that he goes very last and doesn't get full TM. And I'm really, this stuff right here with figuring out the TM and the turnover is very hard to explain. So if I can just repeat myself and make it a little bit more clear for you guys, pretty much you take Rex, you take his speed here, 286, and you times by 0.12 for the unique, that's 343, and then you take that by point and you times it by 0.7, and that's 240. And the 240 is the one you want to hit here for GS. And if you can do that, that's where you want to hit. But like I said, it's not 240 really. It's really going to be minus the 1.2 from Rex's unique. So I guess you can just like subtract or divide or whatever by the 1.2, and there's your number. But 200 speed is what it is for me. If any of that made sense, I really hope it did. If not, I can help you guys out with it in the Discord chat, and the Discord link is down below. So that's kind of as far as I want to go here with this. This is probably the most crucial part, I'd say, to it all. And with that being said, now let's go over to some of the modding here. So with the modding here, we're going to start off with GS. I did a video on this recently, so if you guys want to check it out, feel free to. This is really what I want to go for. The one things I really want to hit up here before you move over to the other people, you want to make sure he has a lot of protection here. And if you can, try to make him, you know, like I said, hit that right speed number. So that's for GS. And then moving on over here to 5s, he is probably the other most essential person here when it comes to the modding. You need your 5s in this counter to have a lot of offense, so that when somebody does die and he sacrifices himself for that person, they get all of his extra offense. So this offense on my 5s, he is Relic 5, keep it in mind he's Relic 5, and he has 6458 damage offense, so 2000 extra from the mods, and a lot more protection. If you guys really want to focus anything from the mod sets here, and in every specific stat, I like to do a little bit of even spreading of everything. So right here, I probably, if I really wanted to, I'd go for another offense one here, but I didn't. But you really want to focus two things: your offense and your protection. If you can get any additional speed, that's totally cool. That's totally good as well. But for me, I feel like you only need protection and a lot of offense. The reason why you want a lot of protection here is when they do die, and we're in the Malak counter, there is shock on the board, and with shock, if you do happen to lose somebody while 5 sacrifices, you don't get the full HP, so you want to go for the protection here. So this is 5s. You want to go for a lot of offense and a lot of protection if you can. And then next up on the list is Rex. Just make him, you know, fast. That's all you really want him here for. If you can, I mean, you can go for some extra offense. One thing I kind of find interesting here is a lot more critical chance on pretty much all your clones, just so that they do crit when they get the sacrifice off. But if really anything here for Rex, I would go for more protection here and a lot of speed. So pretty simple, I'd say, for Rex. Echo is another interesting one here. He really just want him to kind of have almost a similar build to 5s, but instead of offense, I would go for a lot of extra crit damage and even crit chance. So here I have mine maxed out on the crit damage. I like to get a little bit of extra protection, like I said, for the shock that can be applied to us. But really, you want to focus on your offense here. He is going to be your big boy when it comes to DPS on this team. He is going to do a lot of damage between his grenade and his assists and his basics. A lot of damage here, so I would go for really no speed whatsoever and go for some protection, like I said, maxed out crit damage and a lot of extra offense. So I think that's kind of simple in my opinion. And then coming over here to Ahsoka, pretty much the exact same as our Echo. Pretty much the exact same. The only thing here I will kind of incorporate is making her somewhat fast, just so that she doesn't go after GS and that she goes before General Skywalker. So to make this really work the best, you got to make sure that she is kind of fast in a way, and also incorporate the 25 speed here. So what is this, 181 plus 25? That's going to be above our General Skywalker speed, so it will work out good for us. But like I said, just kind of mirror from Echo and put it onto Ahsoka. You want maxed crit damage and you want as much offense as possible. And then last but not least is ARC Trooper here. ARC Trooper is, like I said, I mean, all these other guys outside of General Skywalker, Rex, and Fives, I would go for all the same sets. So for like Ahsoka, Echo, and now ARC, I would just go for a lot more crit damage and offense. And that's pretty much it here, guys. I mean, it's super straight to the point. And I guess for ARC Trooper, you could probably go for offense and maybe some crit chance. But I feel like it just works just as good with the crit damage set. So with all of that being said, guys, let's finally get into some battles for today. All right, so this is one that I feel like is kind of straightforward. Many people, I would say, do happen to fight this on a day-to-day basis. So this is one with the bugs, and pretty much we'll go over this again in some other ones, but pretty much what you want to do here is to do literally every single hit. Put that hit on BSF. All those hits, put them on Bastila Fallen. You need her to die. If you can get her dead before, before somebody sacrifices themselves, or, Fives pops his tactical awareness, unique Zeta, that's pretty much a guaranteed win, and you can put it on auto. As soon as you can kill Bastila, you are just solid for the win, I'd say. One thing here, I might have made somewhat of a mistake, but really not that much. Try to not give Fives the taunt. You don't want him to get a taunt here, so kind of stay away from using his special once General Skywalker is in cover. You don't want him to taunt. But like I said, as soon as Bastila dies, you can just pretty much win without having any worries in the world. So we'll go over kind of like the kill order again. I mean, this is a really fast stuff. So I have more to show you guys, but let's go over to those and chat more about that in-depthly. Alright, so this is taken from a stream a little bit ago. So here we go. You either form up, you wanna do that. Sometimes you can pop the Echo, or pop the Foresight from Darth Revan. Typically, though, I would just do all my hits onto Bastila, and then with that ability right there, from Fives' assist, you always want to, in my opinion, call your General Skywalker. If your Echo is like, if you know for a fact that your Echo can do more damage, call Echo in instead. But I'm pretty sure mine can do more damage for General Skywalker over the Echo. So that's what we typically do. And something in this specific team, it doesn't work as well. It's kind of annoying a little bit. Is that Sith Trooper in this team, he gets his taunt from somebody going below half health, and also when they use a special from the Sith Empire team. So in that team with Marauder here, it never goes as well as I would hope for it to be. And if you don't happen to see a Sith Trooper team, it is extremely easy. You don't have to worry about going through the taunt. And right there, you guys, Echo just does all the big damage here. He really does. He just carries the team pretty much. And like I said, the Zeta there on General Skywalker with reducing the max HP is very, very important here. And look here, pretty much everybody is full protection besides Fives. It is just really easy. So those are some I want to show you. We're going to show you one more, but instead with Ahsoka, we're going to use ARC instead. So let's go over to that one. All right, so here we go. This is one with Marauder yet again. Just I can't really pick the exact ones that you guys might see. These are the ones that just swarm and just take over my arena. So in this particular one, we have people with Foresight. We don't have Sith Trooper. And this is typically what I would do when I'm rocking ARC Trooper. If I don't have Ahsoka, you're not going to get that easy right off the bat Dispel on the Taunter. So if you're running Arc Trooper here, and let's say you just can't get any access to your Ahsoka, Arc Trooper here, you don't have that, like I said, you don't have that Dispel, so instead you're going to have to use Echo's Grenade. So to do that, you really got to make sure that the Malak does taunt from the crit, and you got to hope that that crit lands on Malak, I'd say. And then you can do all your big hits onto Malak and increase everybody's cooldowns, because everybody can get hit. There's no more Foresight from Echo's Grenade. And just you pretty much just lay loose on the Malak right now. In this one with Arc Trooper, I feel like chilling for Malak is a lot more beneficial than having to worry about Bastila. And another thing here, if you're not rocking, you know, a beefy Arc Trooper, mine's not even that great. He can die a little bit earlier and proc the Savior before any of the shocks get applied from Bastila shot, which is great. And we're trying to do that right now. We're going to try to kill Bastila. And here we go, big hit here from Arc. No crit, unfortunately. That's why I'm trying to say to you guys, if you guys can, try to get more crit chance on your guys, just so you can almost guarantee a crit every single time. Bastila should be dead here. Boom, there we go. And we don't have to worry about any of their CBM or shocks. And there we go, 94, 71, and there we go. Pretty much everybody's dead here. And it's just smooth sailing, you know, after you get, you know, both Malak and Bastila shot out. It's just pretty much guaranteed win. So the last one I want to show you for today is one, it's a mirror match. My 6-star versus Relic 7 General Skywalker. And these ones, I feel like, are pretty much just as simple, you know. A little bit different, though. And I guess we can just get into it, guys. Oh, okay. So, these ones, my entire team gets outspeeded here from their Rex being faster. And as you can see here, my General Skywalker goes into cover way before his does. So, in these specific ones, I feel like a beefy 5s is uber important. So like right there, he about dies. And that's kind of scary. And they proc the Savior, which is always good. And pretty much what this means, when they proc the Savior that early, we will get their General Skywalker into cover while ours is in advanced mode. And what this allows us to do is to murder their 5s very, very quickly, and then we can cycle back to another Echo Grenade and just blast them away. So here we go. We're waiting for the cleanse. There we go. And boom, he's in a cover now. And always want to put the armor shut onto 5s here just to make sure that the hits do more damage. And you know what? I probably honestly think that Ahsoka is probably not as important here. You could probably run Arc Trooper instead and make it actually maybe a little bit easier. So you want to kill 5s first just so that you don't proc their tactical awareness and give them all the buffs. There we go, he's dead, and the grenade pops, and they're all dead. It's really great, and even if he does come out, well, guess what? You got the Savior going, and no one's gonna die. It's just a guaranteed win. So that one, I would even say in some ways, it's a lot easier than the Malak counter. And this also works a lot easier, even versus the Padmes, just stupid easy. This team here, as long as you got your clones built up correctly and you have all the right sets there, and like I said, with making sure that General Skywalker does go last in the order, this will work pretty much 9 times out of 10, guys. So there you guys have it. And that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. I know it was probably a little bit longer of a video, but hopefully you guys endured all the way to the end. And I really do feel like this is a solid team still. I can't wait to get mine 7-star here in a couple days with the next, you know, more get currency I'll get with the TB. One thing, just before we hop off for today, the relics here, Relic 5 on, which is my highest relic here for Echo and 5s. I think the minimum for both of them would be around Relic 4. You just need that extra offense. That's really, really important for both of them. And I don't think you need any extra high relics on anybody else. So that's going to be it. And last thing before we head off, the giveaway, guys, still going to happen. Going to happen next week, in a week from today, the 14th. So just got to make sure you guys are subbed to the channel and that you guys do comment down below in that specific video. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Just, I guess you can call this in-depth guide, you can, I don't know, versus other, you know, Relic 7, GS, and even Malak's. And if you guys, like I said, if you need any extra help on the speeds for the GS and the Rex to make sure that he does go last, I can for sure help you guys in the Discord. So I appreciate you guys watching today. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it around, and if you guys are new here, feel free to sub. And hopefully you guys can swing by over Discord and hang out with me and everybody else there. And if you guys do want to support the channel, and if you feel inclined to, we do have memberships as well. And if you do want to check out Patreon, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later.